Welcome to Veterans in Politics Canada. I'm out and about in Toronto. One of the biggest industries for Toronto and all of Canada is the film industry. Number 2 employment here for Toronto, number 1 being the financial. I'm standing here with an independent filmmaker, Ishwar. Thank you so much for joining me.
Hi, how you doing, Reginald?
Taking a look at the films you've already done. You've done 3 different projects. One of them is a TV series. One film itself, in the end, has won countless awards. An excellent award. You also won the IMA Festival Award. You talk a little bit about that film?
Sure. In the End is about, it's a tribute to Hitchcock, first of all. I just finished it a year and a half ago, so last year, 2013. It's been going through all kinds of festivals, won numerous awards, and I'm here at TIFF to release it online via the main company in Vancouver called realhouse.org. So you'll hear more about that release in the coming weeks.
In independent world itself, I know that some people, when they look at the film, all they're doing is just seeing the film itself. They're not seeing the whole entire project, the beginning to end. You take us through a few different steps that you have to take and how long it takes to get the projects into the finished state.
Yeah, independent cinema is difficult to say the least, but when you have the will and the savoir-faire, then you go ahead and start it, right? With a little bit of resources, your friends, your family, you start it up and you see it to the end. And that's the most difficult part. A lot of these projects don't see the end. And the end doesn't mean that you finish the film. The end means you put it out to the public. And now it's becoming more easier with the internet, online platforms. So in my case, mine was, in the end, was an independent film where I found private resources, pulled together some talent, and filmmakers to make it in Vancouver at various locations. I edited it myself on computer software, which is becoming easier and easier. But there's a learning curve in all these things that you have to master. So we as filmmakers, we become masters of many things. And now I have this completed film, and it's ready for the world.
So the beginning of the film to the end of the film, did that take about 2 years to get the whole entire project done?
The writing took about a year, and then shooting was about 30 days, and then the post-production editing was about a year. That included editing, sound work, and color correction, and then making copies in different formats.
And your TV series that you're doing right now, has it been picked up by any of the different stations?
The TV series Loose Wires is going to festivals right now, and I'm hoping festivals and web series festivals. That's another new type of format that's developing, which is aimed towards the internet audience. So it's starting its festival season now, and you will see more of that project coming through. A comedy.
And with Vancouver itself being known as Hollywood North, here in Toronto being the center of the location for the independent filmmakers, how much more can the film industry grow itself in Canada?
I think as independent filmmakers, we're always looking for opportunities from provinces, from the country, from the nation, from funding sources. But as you know, that's difficult these days, right? So there's 2 things going on here. There's the Hollywood industry that everybody utilizes. Americans utilize to come to Canada, use our credits, our lower dollar sometimes. That kind of leaves a lot of us independents apart. So we are, in a way, on our own. So that support maybe is there, but a lot of cutbacks are going on, right? So there's 2 things going on. There's the Hollywood industry and there's the Canadian independent industry, which is still a difficult industry to be in. But if you have a will, as I said earlier, you go ahead and make your film, because that's what you need to do.
And the government itself, as it's moving away from the grant section, is there a way for the corporations to possibly get involved with different projects? I know there's an awful lot of Kickstarter programs on the internet and that.
Yes, I mean, crowdfunding, of course, is a major source of funding for projects, not only of films, but many things. And sponsorship comes from the popularity of one's project or video or show on the internet. So they will hopefully line up to sponsor you when there is, a numerous amount of hits on your channel, for example. So that's, all this is very dynamic. It's shifting every month, every week, every day. So we have to just stay on top of those things, and because grants aren't there.
And your website, real quick?
My website is www.mayastudios.com, mystudios.com. The film is on facebook.com, In the End Movie. All right?
And looking back right now, I know you and I have come a long way since we graduated high school in Port Hardy Secondary School, located in northern tip of Vancouver Island. How much further do you see yourself going within the film industry itself?
From Port Hardy, as you know, a very small town, that's where you and I grew up, to, Vancouver now. I'm here at Toronto at the Toronto International Film Festival. I hope to be at Cannes maybe next year, because the industry is so global now. Movies are co-produced, co-funded in a global sense. So, we could go anywhere, because that's how small the world has become.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you.